Philip to Evelyn, January 23rd, 1944, V-mail. Ev, dearest, no mail again today, and I'm reduced to V-mail as a consequence. There are only 4 of us in the hut tonight, the rest having taken off for the snack bar, movies, etc. I just got up from my nap, about 2 hours, and feeling snug and warm, was rather reluctant about going out into the cold, wet, blustery night. So I'm taking it easy tonight, reading about the new Allied landings on the road to Rome, about the great new Russian Leningrad offensive, and the news from home in Yank. Altogether, the news gets better and better, and reading it becomes a pleasure rather than a chore. Last night, I kept myself busy writing. I sent off, beside my usual letter to you, one to Dot, another to Jack S., a birthday greeting to Jack N. He owes me a letter. Tonight, I am going to write to Red. I owe him one. Still unable to get straight yes or no answer from Sergeant Murphy in regards to that 5th of February pass, and until I do, there is no point in writing to Ed. Tomorrow, though, I mean to get an answer. There isn't a darn thing of interest otherwise that I might write about. I am feeling fine. My work, much such as it is pleasant, and on the whole, I don't have a thing on my mind, such as it is, except perhaps how it would feel to get on the outside of a malted milk or a pint of ice cream, or how long yet before I can know again the joy and peace of home and family, and how my sweet Chippy might feel again in my arms, and how wonderful it will be able to let myself become really attached to my precious pumpkin. My love to you all. Devotedly, your Phil. Evelyn to Philip, January 24th, 1944. My sweet, I didn't have to wait a week for the jackpot. It came today. It took me a long, long time to read the 3 of January 12th, 14th, and 17th. Lou was here as I read it, and as I reached the end, Lou said, "Wake up." I was truly with you on your furlough, baby, and so much of it thrilled me, yet made me want to cry. I'm still in a daze, and I like it. Oh, darling, you make me wish so hard. This morning, bright and early, Ruth and I went downtown. Betty and Mom cared for Adele and met Sarah there. Blum's was having a large clearance sale, and Ruth was in the market for a sports coat. I, too, would have gotten something if I had had sufficient funds on hand. Ruth took the day off, having to care for Adele, while I worked in the afternoon. She was lucky, for they had one coat, a boxy Chesterfield, a darkish cadet blue with a velvet collar in her size. It is made of a lovely camel hair, very fine, heavy, and warm. It was reduced from $40 to $24. That was the only real bargain they had in a coat. We looked at many items. Time passed quickly, and I was soon on my way to Miss Hahn's. Ruth called to inform me of the 3 unexpected letters. Gosh, was I happy. I arrived home at 6. Miss Hahn gave me a calendar with a large picture of a dog, and Adele made a large fuss over the Wow Wow. And after loving her for a while, I opened your mail. I couldn't read them till I had finished my dinner, but the fact that they were there to be read made me feel so delicious. Last night I knitted a while and finished Adele's peach beret. I didn't really have enough wool to make it as large as I would have wished it. It will serve its purpose though. I thought Jack N. would have put in an appearance by now, as it is past 8. His page 2 furlough is just about over, and I'm beginning to wonder if he'll come at all. Lenny called from New York last night and begged forgiveness for not calling or visiting. All I can say is it was about time. They had the unveiling on Sunday. It is early and they feel it best at this time as they are all together. I passed up Lassie Come Home last night. I see you enjoyed it and maybe I'll get to see it yet. I haven't much taste for the movies somehow. Don't know why. I don't go out of my way to seek a movie as entertainment, as I'm generally too tired to dress up and merely enjoy laying around. I often wonder what it will be like when you get back, you with all that travel and adventure tucked under your belt, and a desire to settle into a rut, and me wanting by that time to break the bonds and see the world. I have no doubt of the outcome. We always did get along, and I only wish it were tomorrow. Betty may take a full-time job in the post office after some schooling. She isn't sure she wants to work full-time. There was also a letter from Eddie S. He is living in a detached home that sports a lawn, bushes, and trees, bright green in the middle of January. I know how you disliked returning to camp, and I hope you won't have to very much longer. I've been dreaming of you almost every night, and I'm so hungry for you. I even smell the paper you write on to try to get closer. Have you heard the latest crazy song? Mares eat oats, does eat oats, and little lambs eat ivy? My ever-constant love and adoration, baby. Your Ev. P.S. Try to say Kaddish for Pop. Mom. Philip to Evelyn, January 24th, 1944, V-mail. Darling Evie, hardly know where to begin today. It was a typically routine day and there was no mail for me again. I was busy all morning and most of the afternoon at the finance office, transcribing the payroll and tending to a few other matters. This evening I played cards for the first time in weeks, but since most of the fellows are pretty low financially this close to payday, the game only lasted about 45 minutes. I was lucky again and came out ahead of the game. I think maybe I might manage to make that check $75 after all, but don't count on it. I was reading the other day that once the European phase of the war is over, there will be demobilization on a large scale. The speaker was none other than FDR, which is good enough for my money. I don't have to tell you, sweet, that this was the best piece of news that's come my way in a long, long time. If I knew that I would be one of those free to go home after Germany is knocked out, I wouldn't have a care in the world. Here's hoping, anyhow. My love to all, and don't forget the neighbors. A big kiss for Adele, bless her little heart. And the same for you, darling. I am, as ever, your Phil.